So today on the Fixit Shed, I've got a 2011 Ford Fiesta SEL. So I picked this up for $750, so of course it's got some problems, not the least of which is transmission issues. It also has a cracked windshield, broken tail light, the fan for the heat and air conditioning isn't working. There's a little rust issue. The key fob is not presently working. And the key lock in the driver's door, which is the only key lock on the car, they say it doesn't work because it was damaged when somebody was trying to break into the car. So you can still lock and unlock the doors with the button on the dash, but you could very easily lock yourself out. So that's why I'm leaving the windows open right now. According to the previous owner, it needs lower control arms to pass inspection. Also, the hood doesn't want to stay latched. So it also has a dead battery, which I did pull, and I have a new battery to put in it, but I want to clean off some of the ground contacts before I put the new battery in. So this car had sat for several months and the battery had died, but when I hooked up the jump pack, you could hear it going through the transmission relearn. And once I was able to get it running and I checked the codes, it had 3 codes. So it had codes P2836 and P2837, which are in reference to the lower, the B actuator, the one that's on the bottom of the transmission. It also had code P287B, which is shift fork calibration not learned. Generally, that's related to a TCM issue. So it could either be the TCM or a broken shift drum stop, which is on the case of the transmission. So one thing that can cause problems with the TCM, which I want to check first, are the grounds. So there is a ground right here. This is the ground strap that goes directly from the battery to the frame. And as you can see, the paint's been scratched away. I believe the previous owner probably tried to do this. So there's actually also another one that a ground strap goes from the transmission to the frame underneath the car. Let's take a look at that. All right, so to clean up that ground up there, we're going to need to remove the airbox, get that out of the way. So we're going to go back up to the top and take the airbox out. All right, first we're going to loosen the hose clamp down here by the intake. It's a 7mm. Okay, that's loose. Let's see. Yeah, it's coming off. All right, that's loose. We need to disconnect this hose right here. Okay, and disconnect. This is the mass airflow sensor, so we need to unplug that. And there might be electrical tape wrapped around yours. You can leave that on. You just need to pull the red safety up, press up at the base of it, and then you can unplug it. And now we need to loosen this. There we go. Come on. There it goes. All right, so to disconnect this, you're gonna push up on this collar, and then it comes off. All right, now you can remove the whole airbox. All right, now I can get in and loosen this ground wire. All right. Also going to use some dielectric grease. Alright, so that strap that goes from the frame, that goes to the transmission right here. So I'm going to unbolt it there and clean it up as well. And again, just going to put a little grease on there, the dielectric grease. Alright, so this right here is the B actuator on the bottom of the engine. And this is the one that I'm also getting codes for. So I'm going to pull this out. And I'm going to check and see if the clutch is giving, or the clutch fork is actually what's giving the problem. So I'm going to take this off. There it goes. Jeez. Alright, now I'm going to take the special service tool and I'm going to try. Alright, so I've got a bunch of extensions here so that I can get far enough away. You want to be able to go counterclockwise about 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's felt pretty good. Alright, now I'm going to let it spin back and it should go back pretty smoothly and evenly. And yep, that seemed to go pretty good. And now I'm just going to gently take that out. Try and go clockwise just a little bit. Make sure, whoops, everything. Make sure that I can't go clockwise, but I'm not going to put a lot of pressure. I just want to try it a little bit. Yep, that seems okay. So I'm going to say that the clutch fork inside the transmission is okay. So I do have another actuator, so I'm going to try and swap that in and see if that resolves the actuator issues. So to remove the actuator, you need to pop this yellow clip safety up. There it goes. And now that slides out, and then we can kind of work this out here. Kind of moving these out while I'm trying to slide it up. There it goes. Alright, now I'm going to put the new actuator in. Okay, and you're kind of pressing down and pushing this in at the same time. And then we put the safety back down. Okay.
right? And you want to put a little bit of grease. If you bought it from Ford, it should come with a little packet of grease to put right on the tip there. I did not. Mine did not come with grease, so I'm going to use what I got. So I just got a little grease to put on the tip right there. Alright, now we can put the screws back on. I suspect that the problem is actually the TCM, so I doubt that this is going to make the actuator problems go away, but we'll see. Okay, I'm also going to pull the ground off of here and just give that a little bit more fresh cleaning and also some dielectric grease. Alright, I'm going to throw the battery in before I put the airbox in, just because I think it'll be easier. Alright, I'm not going to hook it up just yet, but I wanted to get it in the box. And I did clean the terminals before putting them in. Alright, now put this on. Get the rag out of the way. Yeah, that's okay. That's in place. Alright, one more link, that can go there, that's okay. This can come up, and connect there. There we go. All right, let's get the positive terminal on. I'm going to clean that out a little bit. Good. Let's get the bracket back on here. Okay. Last but not least, I'm going to get the negative terminal cable on here. I'm going to put it on here first. Alright, I think we're good. Just going to connect this to the negative, and you can hear the transmission doing the relearn. Or just checking things out anyway.
snug. Everything's good. So I've got the forescan is connected to the car. I've got the ODB2 sensor plugged in. Well, let's see if we can go back to the relearning here. We're going to go to the TCM adaptive learning. Put the gear selector in park. It is in park. We're going to press OK. Put the gear selector in reverse. It's in reverse. Put the gear selector in neutral. OK. Put the gear selector in drive. It's in drive. Put the gear selector in low. It's in low. OK. Transmission range selector. No errors detected. Please select the gear. Put it in park. Press OK. Gear selector in reverse. Just doing it again to double check stuff. OK. Neutral. OK. Drive. OK. Low. OK. Put the gear selector back in park. Click OK. Please turn the ignition off. OK. Wait 45 seconds. Turn the ignition on, but don't start the engine. Okay. Alright. Perform shift drum adaptive learning. Okay. To press the brake pedal and hold. And make sure you're in park. Okay. And you can hear the transmission making noise. It says shift drum is learned, no errors detected. Okay, please turn the ignition off. Okay. And wait another 45 seconds. Okay, please turn the ignition to on, but don't start the engine. Okay. And I'm going to do clutch adaptive learning. Okay. This performance function as recommended in the service manual procedures. Make sure that transmission gear selector is in park. It is. Press the brake. I am. Pedal and hold. Okay. Please wait 10 seconds. Please run the engine and keep it idle. Okay. Make sure the transmission gear selector is in park. To press the brake pedal and hold, press the accelerator pedal to the floor so the engine reaches maximum speed during wide open throttle and hold. Okay. Return to idle. Initiating the clutch touch point adaptive learn for clutches A and B. Note, this function will attempt to learn the engagement travel of both clutches by engaging direct drive, overdrive gear, ratios, engine load is monitored. While touch point is in progress, it is critical that the brake pedal be held consistently and the engine load remain stable. Release of the brake pedal or varying engine load. Okay. Warning, it is recommended that the engine is at operating temperature. The transmission must be in park position and all vehicle electrical accessories must be turned off. Everything's off. It is critical that the AC compressor is not active during this routine. In rare cases, my touch equipped vehicles may automatically turn the heat and air conditioning system back to on state following an ignition cycle. Make sure the heating and air conditioning, everything is off. To press and hold the brake pedal. Waiting for engine idle speed to stabilize. 30 seconds. Clutch A, learn touch point. Clutch B, learn touch point. Minimum value is 6 millimeters, and these are both over 11. The successful completion of the clutch touch point adaptive learn eliminates the need for the vehicle adaptive drive road tests. Okay. Please turn the ignition off. Okay. Please Please wait 45 seconds. Okay, please turn the ignition on, but don't start the vehicle. Alright. And perform clutch system test is the last one. Okay. Just make sure we're in park. Okay. Please turn the ignition off. Okay. On off. Yeah. And please wait 45 seconds. Please turn the ignition on, but don't start the engine. Okay. That's it. That's all of the relearn tests. So it did look like there was an error. So this one right here, it says performing function clutch, teaching, learning reference clutch position, shift drum, adaptive learning, gear command for neutral state for both transmission shafts, clutch, travel, test, error, storage, deletion. That's the only error that I see. It worked momentarily. They came back almost immediately. So the 4 codes that came back are, one is for clutch actuator A, one is for clutch actuator B, one is for the clutch position sensor, and there's a 4th one, which I'll put the list over here. All right, so we covered quite a bit of ground in this video. I replaced an actuator, and that didn't seem to have any effect on the error codes. We did check the clutch forks. That seems to be okay. When I ran the ForceScan software, it showed that the clutch pad thickness was well above the minimums. So it doesn't look like it's the shift actuators. It doesn't look like it's the clutch forks. It doesn't look like it's the clutch itself. So, you know, again, we're narrowing it down to the TCM. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos about this car, I'm going to create a playlist. So you can check out the playlist over here. And if you want to help support this channel, please consider subscribing or by clicking the join button below to become a member. Thanks for watching. Take care.